All right. Well, good evening, all you all. I guess cold C. I know Dr. Chow's on his way in here in a little bit. So hope everybody is doing well. You guys that catch this on the replay. Hello there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Oh, I'll turn this volume down. I have the stream up on this computer next to me so that if anything crazy happens, I can kind of see just in case. But yeah, we'll get this thing rolling. A little bit of music like I like to play. You see Elisa there. She is out doing a Drinko de Mayo out in West Beach, getting herself not in trouble this time. So that's a good thing. I'm a stream sniper now. So yeah, I'm afraid to play her music because if I do, who knows, like with their audio, I might get like a copyright restriction. Again, we'll talk about that here in a second. But let's get you a little bit of neon lights. I still got Dr. Chow. He's bringing it later too.
Please bear with me one time. Boys and boys. I mean, it starts with an idea.
I'm happy that these universes are crossing over.
Ends up like some of my
universe, with some mixing with some dabbleverse.
Yeah. Bow. Just neon, designer drugs, I'm feeling. Fuck my girl to the weekend, nigga. I'm like prime time, like real. Catch me up in the backfield, if a backfield like a munch there.
Look at this guy.
There's nothing that clap fucking pack, y'all look like sardines. But I'm in the bitch all night, need something to sleep. Trying to get that cranky, the baby like peak, couple thoughts on my hot.
What's up, man?
Chillin', bro, chillin'.
Got everyone talking, but I don't hear nothing. Smoking that OG Bobby Johnson saying fuck that, me on life.
Short sleeve. You have long sleeve, huh?
Yeah, it's hot up here today. So.
I don't know.
Going hand, bro, like Mia. I do it for the kicks. Got my threes on.
Yeah, so like yesterday, I played my buddy's music. I specifically talked to him. Asked him if it was okay. He sent me a text, no problem. It's my music. I wrote it. I produced it. I put it on YouTube. You can use it. I use it like a minute's worth. I get a copyright restriction. I'm like, what the fuck? So like, call my boy and be like, what the hell? He's like, well, I don't know. I guess BMI owns it or like Library of Congress or something like that. So I got to fight with this. And then I didn't do it like you cut it out. I want to fight it because my boy gave me permission. But like that's gonna take like 30 days or something like that. Have you ever dealt with this?
Yeah, kinda. Mir had an issue like this with some music that was his music, but then one of the other guys was like mad because they were talking shit and they were beefing or something, and he ended up actually manually striking it. But I think YouTube has some automatic thing, AI that detects it. So maybe that's what happened with that, and the publishing rights might be owned by someone, or they might have some interest in it that triggered it. So that's why I don't even like messing with any of the music stuff, or just play it. And I don't know. I play Kanye, and I've never had a problem. I mean, what? they get demonetized, so you can't make money off of ad rev. But I don't really care about that. So, but I've never had a copyright strike from Ye. So,
yeah, it's not a strike; it's a restriction. Like you said, they just kind of take away the revenue coming from it. So, it's kind of not that big of a deal. I don't know. It's like a little bit of music. I've never had a problem with this, So, yeah. Kind of just rolling with this guy for a little bit until we can.
This can be our theme song.
I think so. It's not a bad song though. That's why I like it so much. And then I love the video. He's like Bob. Heading into a village and all pissed off. He's gonna buy that thing. He don't care.
Dude, Z-Scoro's taking over, bro. I'm retweeting him on Twitter. He's posting dope ass shit, bro.
What is he doing? I don't follow him because we're not as cool as you guys are.
He posted something that you might find interesting. I guess he was on one of those, like, remember that chick you showed me last time?
Which one?
That show that he was on with just voice only.
Oh, yeah, they went back together and did that.
Yeah, he was on with his camera, right? Was that what it was?
Yeah, just showed his face basically.
Yeah, so he posted a little clip of that, but he had some Watch the Throne, some Kanye and Jay-Z under over it. So It was a dope clip. I reposted it with a little king emoji.
He sent it to me, not in a Discord server that he's not supposed to be in. If you're picking up what I'm laying down.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Colt C? This guy, Mikey Cloud, he's actually from El Paso. So there you go. And then Doodle's in the chat. Doodle showed up like late last night. So she called like the last 5 minutes. So I'm going to make it up to the
Yeah, dope.
Ooh.
Baelish.
Oh, not this song. No.
The dabble dime of all dabble dimes.
DD. Dirty money. This, though, I wanted to show you. I don't know. I told you about that horse, right? Did you see anything with the Kentucky Derby yesterday at all?
Nah, dude, I'm not. At times I'm into the Kentucky Derby, but this year it missed me all. So what was going on with it?
So Friday they sent me out to Evangeline Downs, which is like the horse track out here in Lafayette. And they got me like on the paddock, like next to the horses themselves and stuff like that. And they had to move me around in multiple locations because like my camera setup was spooking out the horses. The 3-year-olds, the racehorse ones would like balk when they'd see the camera, not knowing what it is. So I had to like find this little spot nearby, and then they had to put like they're called outriders, and they're the people that help the horses and stuff like that if something goes down or like getting them into the gates and setting the blocks. So like they brought one of those over with me, and so like I interviewed the horse and stuff like that. So it was like a preview to the Kentucky Derby, but it's wild because the guy who I interviewed, he's the track announcer, really cool guy. He called Mystic Dan as the winner. And like it was the long shot. It was like 18-1, I believe, with the odds. I think it was 20-1 when it first came out. So like, yeah, I'm gonna play this where you can kind of trip out.
Out to our real raging Cajun, Will Herron. I hear he's horsing around. Will.
Hey Dan, I'm out here at Evangeline Downs with my friend Snowball. It's Derby time. Snowball, who you got? Chasing Freedom. Me too. We're gonna talk about this thing on the other side of the break. So you better stay with Snowball and me. You're a good horse. Yes, you are. Look, I have the best job ever.
The run for the roses is upon.
So it was cool. We gave him a peppermint because the freaking horses love peppermint. And so it'll like suck on it like a peppermint. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we got it to make that like mouth noise, like he was talking to the microphone. Yeah.
Good times, man. Good times.
Yeah. Sometimes the good guys win. I think that was one of those moments. So here's the story, and then like you'll see.
That's the 150th Kentucky Derby. It's tomorrow.
And this year's Derby has a tie to Louisiana. News 15 sports director and our Real Raging Cajun, Will Herron, joins us live from Evangeline Downs to explain. Hey, Will.
What's up, Jim? Well, if nobody loves you, at least the horses do. They are so awesome. Now, the number 4 horse, Chasing Freedom, won this year's Louisiana Derby, beating out favorite Honor Marie. Now, also coming into this Derby, Catching Freedom looks to finish within the top 4.
Kentucky Derby Day, again, it's one of the greatest days of the year. Simulcasting will start at 9:30 in the morning, so you get a full day of betting the tracks from across the country.
Rob Toole, the track announcer, said they'll have live action out here at Evangeline Downs. There'll be a 450 first post, run 2 races, then they'll simulcast the Kentucky Derby, followed by more live action.
Catching Freedom, who won the Louisiana Derby, looks good. He's one of the runners that many people are talking about. Sierra Leone won the Risen Star at the fairgrounds. He went to Kentucky, won the Bluegrass Stakes. He's one of the early favorites on the board. And then another horse that's catching a lot of attention, kind of the hot horse from some of the handicappers across the country, is Honor Marie.
Toole had another horse News 15 should keep their eyes on.
Another runner I like is Mystic Dan, who ran a couple of prep races up at Oaklawn. So we're going to hope that the pace is fast and Catching Freedom and Mystic Dan can make a big rally.
We have a Doppler Dan, so I think he's going to like that horse as well. I don't know about that Mystic Dan, but if you can't make it out to the Kentucky Derby, I feel you. Come out to Evangeline Downs. They're going to have all kinds of things going out for the Derby. They're going to have live horse racing. 3 o'clock, they're going to have a DJ. They're going to have all types of food trucks. There's a new restaurant within the facility that has chicken, wings, pizza, everything that you know that I love. So if you can't make it, make sure to get on out there. Here at Evangeline Downs, I'm your Real Raging Cajun, Will Herron, News 15. Hanging out with these horses. Back to y'all.
Hey, let's send things out to our Real Raging Cajun, Will Herron. Will, what's going on, bud?
Hey, Hey, Dan, I'm out here at Evangeline Downs. Sitting next to me is my buddy, Mickey the Bet Horse with the Kentucky Derby just around the corner. I got to know, Mickey, who you got? Mystic Dan? I don't know about that. We'll talk about this.
The fucking horse called it. I'm just telling you. You're dead.
Yeah, this is going to make it into some conspiracy video of, hey, the media's got it all fixed now, you know.
We control the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah,
we're running it.
I was into some of that stuff where it's like the guys can predict the Super Bowl winners for the next 4 years and the NBA finals. There's guys who do all that type of stuff.
It's like the squid that'll like fall down the one that it thinks is going to win.
That was one of them for a bit, but then there's some guys who like think there's using gematria and like using these numerology. They figured out like based on the players' names on the teams, and they think it's all fixed. Gonzo. So, but hopefully, you know, some of your viewers took it up and bet it because they saw it, but you never know.
That weather guy that you saw, that's our Doppler Dan. He went down there and bet $20 on it, pulled out 400. So,
oh, nice. Okay,
yeah,
good.
He was pretty happy. He was happy with the horse.
There you go. Perfect.
All right. So let's get into what we got here for. We burned a good 11 minutes, got everybody warmed up. So our boy, your boy, Stuttering John Melendez. I love that we're going to do something with the Dabbleverse because I always want to do that because you and me know more about this than we know about Jordana. And when these worlds collide, it's like, finally, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, and some of the chatters we might know, and obviously we know all the Stuttering John idiosyncrasies and stuff too. So
I have this thing broken down in two ways. The one that I pulled up right here, this is the Gonzo Shitcock. Did you see like this whole thing when it came out, or like bits and pieces?
No, I think I saw a little bit of it live, like only like a few minutes, and then I think I saw the beginning of it. So yeah, let's let it roll. So
I was wondering what you wanted to do with this. Like, this is just the Gonzo part because he calls in and it's just that. But I also got like the other side without Gonzo. You know what I'm saying? So I got his two separate packages about the same amount of time. But I really like this Gonzo stuff, and I think he's hilarious. So I kind of want to leave with that. You feel it?
Yeah. You decide what goes first. I'm cool with whatever.
I'm gonna brag a little bit. He now follows me on Twitter, so it's kind of
oh nice.
Yeah, good feeling there. Shout out to Gonzo Shitcock. Never thought I'd say that. But here we go. So again, Elisa Jordana hanging out with Stuttering John. She doesn't normally do StreamYard, is what she had said earlier. So she made it work, but she looks very nice. And in my opinion, in this, and I'm not just simping, but I think she did really well. She handled it well. She spoke well. She came off clean, funny, bright. She did really well too when John would try to like pin her in a corner to go after Shuli or to go after somebody he didn't like. She would dodge out of it really well. Like, it was very professional. I was very impressed. You know what I mean? And I had taken shots with her, so I'm not simping, but she did good. So I gotta get the devil their due, right?
I think she's aware of everything that's going, not everything, but she's familiar with, because she's done Stuttering John before and she's done the Shuli Network show before. So she's kind of aware of the whole Stuttering John phenomena enough to, and savvy enough to know how to do it. So
I believe it was in August when her and the other girl got together and they went to Florida to try to meet with John, and they went to the bar and then got John a little too riled up. He couldn't handle himself. And so the girls, he threatened to arrest the girls and stuff like that. They went back to his house and so now he thinks that she's going to like teach him how to do it and stuff like that. But now this is going to be the Shitcock saga, because he just like, John does what he does and he just starts talking shit immediately. I know we're going to watch it. I'm kind of like giving away, but just, I want to set it up for you. You know what I mean? Cause like, it's awesome. Like, Shitcock says what you want to say to John, and John can't get away because Alyssa has him on the phone. John can't hang it up. So, all right, shut up, Will.
Shitcock was the guy that Elisa did have intercourse with, but then the guy couldn't, he went limp during intercourse, which must have really damaged your ego, huh? I remember everything. I'm sorry.
That's our John.
Gonzo is a very unique person. And
Yeah, but how did you feel when he couldn't fucking? He couldn't...
how did I feel, John? It's been a whole lifetime of feeling bad about things. Okay.
All right. But you did once have sex with Benji, but you thought about Gonzo, and you made Benji pretend he was Gonzo.
Now, how bad could I be? During this interview, Benji and Gonzo both called me. How nice is that?
Yes, it's very nice. Yes.
What's up?
Okay. Hey, John. I just wanted to call because John, I didn't know you were on with John earlier when I called, but John, I'm a huge fan. I don't know why you're so mean to me every time I call in, and I notice that's a pattern with you. You're very mean to your fans and like your actual supporters. And then
I've always been nice to you.
Are you mean to Gonzo?
I didn't think I was ever mean to him.
And like that's why you get so much hate, John. I'm not going to turn on you because I love you, but like what's why?
That's not why I get hate. I got hate because it's profitable to hate me. What are you talking about?
I think John gets hate because people hate him. What about you and Dr. Chow?
I don't know. I think it all started out of they think he's funny for being a fool. I don't think maybe there's some people who actually hate him. I always kind of took the thing in mind, like guys like Carl loved him.
Yeah.
Carl always tried to be like, well, he threatened to shut down my Patreon. So that once that happened. Yeah, so he uses that. He told, because I brought it up in the interview, like I know he's a fan of John, obviously, because he spends all this time watching him. But like, you talk about that, like, is the opposite love, hate, and like, is it the opposite of like the emotion? It's like love and hate are a lot closer. It'd be like the opposite would be like indifference, because you just don't think about it at all. Whereas like love and hate are strong emotions. So I think it's more people watch him because they find him captivating for being disgusting or foolish or
like who are the stupid?
Yeah, or they don't disagree with his political things, or just like, how can this guy, I don't know. It's like a different thing than people necessarily just hating him, I think.
So Shitcock definitely, Phil, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but as John, said about their sexual experience and such. And so I think Shitcock's like, whoa. And so he calls in, and then again, Elisa has it in her control, which is so great about this because John can't do a thing. So he kind of just has to deal with it. So here we go.
I'm the most lovable guy in the world.
It's not. You're like a big bully, man. Like the people that support you the most, you're like the meanest to. And then the people that are mean to you, that bully you, like Patrick Melton and stuff, you try to make amends with and friends.
Really? I tried to beat his ass in Atlantic City. How about that?
Weird. I don't know, John, but I don't know. I still like you, but you make it very hard to be a Stuttering John fan. That's all.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'll try and do better.
All right. Thank you, John. I love you. And also, John, follow me on Twitter, please. Thank you.
All right. You got it.
I just had a question for John.
Yeah, Gonzo.
So this is just just like a real interview question. Does John have any regrets on how he's handled any of his interpersonal relationships, like his relationships with friends, and if he has any regrets on looking back and like if he did anything wrong?
Like with who, Gonzo? With who?
Well, just in any interpersonal relationships, any falling outs, like. Does he have any? Does he like ever take accountability for his issues in the falling out with friendships? Because I know he's had some friendships that have fallen out.
Name one. Give me.
See, and that would kind of say that John has a fault, or that John did something wrong, or he made a mistake, and that's not something that he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's a common trait amongst a lot of these guys is they can never admit they're wrong about anything, never take responsibility, never sincerely apologize. I don't know really if he has, but I assume, like if you get divorced once or twice or a bunch of times, like some of these guys, and it's like, I don't know. If someone, what is one regret in your life? I get the idea of being like, the past is the past. I don't have any regrets. I'm moving forward. I got that mentality. I get that. But at the same time, you could probably try a different approach to this, I think, and eventually be like, I probably shouldn't have left this or that on these terms, and just
But you have to say that you made a mistake.
yeah.
You know what I mean, you have to admit to yourself that I did that wrong, and John doesn't do that.
Never. Exactly.
Exactly. And so that's where Shitcock here is like, John shit on him, and said what he had done, with Elisa or Elisa. I always said after Melissa from yesterday, I'm saying it all wrong anyways. But like John poked the bear, and now Shitcock is like slowly kind of working his way in there to piss off John. And it is so glorious.
Give me one. Give me one.
But there's John. No, John, I'm not even.
Do you mean anybody in particular, Gonzo?
No, because I don't really know who he's talking about.
This could be like a therapy question. Like,
I don't have any regrets for any.
Gonzo the therapist.
John, do you ever look within and say, maybe it's me, maybe it's not everybody else's fault. Maybe I am the one who is.
Gonzo, you got me. It's me. It's all me. These wire hangers.
I say this because I'm a big fan of John, but I do see a pattern. So I just
Well, I'm sure you do, Gonzo. I'm sure you do. But thank God you're not a therapist.
I'm sure it's him because it's like.
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure there's.
With everybody, it's them.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
No.
Admit it.
A lot of people can be assholes. Trust me.
But John, can you at least?
Yeah, I'll tell. All right, Gonzo. I had this friend, right?
Yes.
Gonzo, are you gonna let me answer?
He's listening. He's listening.
Yes, sir.
I had this friend, and he was a good friend. And then he started getting into Dabbles Anonymous, right? So whenever we would have an argument over anything, he would start like bringing up Dabble Anonymous things. So maybe you are a wet brain, or and start bringing up things that they say on Dabbles Anonymous about me, and I'm like, fuck off.
Do you think that's DG? You think that's Joey? Who do you think was reading Dabblers Anonymous and was thrown into John's face?
Well, so I caught something in him of him on another show. I think it might be a real life friend that's independent of the Dabbleverse. I don't know. I think he does have some friends. Like, remember that Hitman Dan guy?
Yeah, but that's like a childhood friend and stuff like that he's known forever.
But he tried to say he's trying to play this off, because I saw a different stream where he was saying, oh, well, these people are learning things from Dabblers Anonymous about wet brain. But wet brain's a real thing. Wet brain is a thiamine deficiency. It's vitamin B1. And it's what happens when people chronically drink alcohol. And it's a real, it's not like it's not a slang thing. It's a medical thing that happens to people. So it doesn't mean like someone in his life said like, hey, you have symptoms of wet brain. Like you're having this, you're showing these signs. Doesn't mean they were reading Dabblers Anonymous necessarily,
You think he just picked that up and thought that they were?
It could be, that's what the thing is. Maybe he's attributing someone expressing like, hey, like, or doesn't he have like a nephew? I don't know. Maybe it's someone who's like not even related to any of the streaming world, has just been interacting with him and seen something. And he's like, well, because that's what they say on Dabblers Anonymous. So maybe that's what I'm thinking. Because I heard him trying to describe like the term. And he's like, yeah, this guy saw this on Reddit, and that means he's against me,
Right. Yeah, I hear what you're saying there.
Yeah.
So wet brain, what does that mean? Are you like slow? Like, what are the symptoms of someone who has a wet brain?
Yeah, so it
drool? Do they stutter?
No, it's more like it's it's like they're permanently like drunk, basically. Like they slur, but like they're like very. I'm trying to think of who I could point out. I think there was like some lady from Opie and Anthony who was like this. One of their regular people actually had it diagnosed, named Lady Di.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so and it's like you have no memory. Yeah, it's like your nervous system just starts shutting down, basically. So it's like it's a bad deal. But like a lot of bums have it, you know.
Yeah.
So if you see like a bum who's like kind of like, you know, that messed up type of thing. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not like, yeah, I'm not saying he does have it, but I'm just saying like him attributing it to just because, oh, this guy must be against me because he looked it up online or he saw it on Reddit, the hate page of me. I'm not buying that.
Like, I don't want a friend that is going to go on these hate sites and then start to, you know, use their terminologies against me. It's like, no, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my life. I don't want anybody that follows this shit, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. I know what you mean. Like when I hear somebody from the Dabbleverse.
That's 100% understandable, John, but that's not at all what I asked. I asked if you...
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
You don't, John? Come on.
No.
So you're perfect?
John,
I'm not perfect.
There's the reason why there's a Dabblers Anonymous, John.
There's a Dabblers Anonymous because I'm the only one famous in this fucking Dabbleverse.
So you see, like, Shitcock is trying to help him, trying to talk to him, trying to point him out, but John is just yelling over him to like silence him because he doesn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like what he does a lot to people. And again, it's just so glorious because John can't get away because he needs Elisa, wants Elisa, but she wants Shitcock there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, let's get this guy rolling.
But do you think that they're all jealous of your fame? And
Yes. Yes.
Wow, come on. Jim.
I know why it is Gonzo. It's because he reacts to it. Nobody else would.
Yes, that's true. Smart. There you go. It's a combination of both of those things.
Yeah.
John, people talk shit about you to me, and I always defend you. I always say he's cool by me. You were always nice to me, John. You had me.
Listen, Gonzo, this is me.
Yeah.
Gonzo, I'm not a narcissist, so I'm going to tell you this. If I ever dissed you, I apologize.
How could you diss Gonzo? He's like the coolest guy.
Gonzo. If I were ever mean to you or if I ever shunned you, you have my sincere apologies.
I don't think that would have happened.
Well, thank you so much, John.
No, I'm just saying because, quite frankly, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't.
But John, but you do. But I'm just kind of perplexed by like why you don't understand this whole universe is surrounding you. You don't understand why. Like,
well, I know how it started. If you want to know the exact reason why it all started, it started because
I know much more than you.
Okay, Lady K. Well, yeah.
Lady K. Yeah.
Lady K, the person that I've heard of, Gonzo?
Elisa.
I know this is
a different one.
Carl.
Yeah, Carl from Who Are These Podcasts started goofing on my podcast, and like an idiot, I reacted, and then all this was born.
You can't react. They love when you react.
Yeah, and that's how all this was born. But I already just said I was an idiot. I should have never said anything. But I didn't understand fair use. I didn't know they could just play my show without my permission. Because on the Tonight Show, we had to get permission from.
Yeah, that's a Tonight Show. John's kind of boomering it up right there. He didn't know what he was doing. Thought he could just be mean to somebody and bark at him, and they would do what they'd say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just. Like John creates his own problems. And just like she said, all you had to do was just chill and let it go. And like Carl's smart. Like he knows what he's doing too. Like you dig into him and he'll just bite back and won't let go, you know, and he's talented, you know, he's a musician and things like that. He knows how to work his system. So like you can't fight the internet. You can't fight 20 people. You only fight maybe one or two if you're lucky. You know what I mean? He just seems to like make his own fights for him, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Well, let's see what he's got.
The NFL.
It's not the Tonight Show, though. Like,
no, I know, but that's where my head went. I'm like, why can't he fucking just play my shit?
Yeah.
There was my mistake. But I make mistakes.
He wants to make one more point.
Yes.
Gonzo.
I just need 1 minute.
He just needs 1 minute to make one point.
All right, but Gonzo, I get a question now.
Or Gonzo. Yeah.
Gonzo, why couldn't you keep a boner?
No. Don't ask him
when you're having sex with a hot girl like Elisa.
Stop. I don't want to talk to Gonzo about that.
John, you can ask me that, right? But the only thing I want to know is like, John, you're so successful, and you're on the #1 late night show.
So you know what's about to happen here. He's about to get teed off on, you know what I'm saying? There's that question that he gets, he doesn't like to get, but he can't get out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes this just so, I love it.
So you're on the #1. Why do you need to attack all the haters? I don't see Adam Sandler on Twitter saying, fuck you, M6457, piece of shit. Like, John, if you're just
Hey, look, Gonzo, I don't want to be doing this. Trust me.
You don't want to be doing what?
I wish I could be doing what Adam Sandler's doing, making movies. Trust me.
All right. And I'm sorry for bringing up Adam. I know I should have said another.
Oh, I don't care. I wrote a sketch for Adam Sandler and Phil Jackson and directed them. And I've been to parties with Adam. We're fine. Everything's cool.
All right. That's why I love you, John. But yeah, that's my only point, John. It's just like you don't see Tom Cruise isn't on Twitter telling the same.
Tom Cruise is a huge star. I'm D-list, Gonzo.
But John, you tell us you're a huge star every fucking second.
No. In the Dabbleverse, I'm the only one successful. Only in the Dabbleverse, but we're dealing with high school dropouts and losers.
John, you're almost like a AI. Like you're not sentient yet. You don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, but you're just doing it.
All right, guys. All I know is I'm fine, and I hope you are too. But so far,
great. Gonzo's doing great.
So far, I'm doing very well. But thank you.
All right. Well, I hope one day to achieve your success, John. I love you, and I really hope you understand. Like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be this hateful, like fighting with everybody and threatening to.
They started it. I never draw first blood.
Never, John.
Okay.
I never draw first blood.
Why don't you have Gonzo on the show? As a guest.
Yeah, Gonzo, come on, but you got to come on with your face on.
Yeah, he's a good face too.
I was on with you, John.
All right, I'll send you the link because I can't keep talking to a phone.
He has a very nice face, Gonzo. He'll look good on the show.
I gotta go. I'm too handsome for
He's very handsome for the show.
But he can't get it up.
Yeah, I love you, John.
I'll see.
He's had to sneak that in there. What do you think, Chow? John getting a little bit of his own medicine? Couldn't really get away there? And how much does a sad guy make? A bunch of questions for you.
Well, it sounds like that guy is a fan of him. And I think he gave him some good points. Now, I think the hate for John, I think I'm in that hippie mindset of like, what you put out is what you get back. So he did not start it when he started doing his show going after Donald Trump, right? Like Donald.
Right.
So I mean, like it is something that, and I'm not like like I'm mad about him talking crap about Donald. I could care less, But
Right.
I'm just saying, like you kind of like this is the world he's in. Whether he's trying to pretend like no, I was just doing my thing, and then these guys like laughed at my show and it all spun up from that. No, he's actively engaging in this and doing this and
running ops and things like that, trying to get people's names. How many times has he thought he had Carter's name and put it out there and things like that? He thought Carter's was a baseball player and stuff like that. You remember that?
Yeah.
Transky? What was it? Transky's bait shop or stuff like that?
There's been a bunch of that. Yeah, there's a bunch of that stuff that's going. So yeah, he's loving it and he's in it. But that's the thing too. He's kind of trying to be a victim a little bit in this whole thing.
He always is.
Yeah.
How much abuse could you take like that he gets? I mean, this was like a 2-hour long stream, and so like I cut out a lot, but like this part is like 30 minutes of it, and I think I cut out another 30 minutes, and there's like another hour of crap and stuff like that. But 90% of all the super chats, all the comments are just destroying him. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much of that can you read? Even though you're making money, even though each $2, call me an asshole, whatever. I get it. I get putting the money in your pocket, but I mean, doesn't that after a while, $1.40 to be belittled and, how long could you do that?
Remember, he was gone for a while and then he came back to this. And before, he wasn't doing the super chats and the live streams. So it ties back to what I was talking about yesterday about the attention being the supreme currency in today's world, and whether he's getting money or not, the attention that he is driving. Before, just think about what his life was before the Dabbleverse. He'd probably wake up at noon, look at Politico websites all day, wait till the baseball game is on the East Coast, go to the bar, drink, talk to 5 people there. Now he can do this show.
Annoyed by people.
Yeah. Now he can do this show, make a couple $100 here and there, fluff up his ego, kind of play a character, maybe a little bit, play it up at least to being the Duke or whatever he's calling himself now. And
I think he's the king of the Dabbleverse. I think like Carl and Shuli and like KB, they're like dukes of the Dabbleverse. If we're gonna go like your medieval echelon, but John's the king. Wouldn't you see that? I mean, he's the king of the Dabbleverse. It's named after him, right?
Yeah. And he is a charismatic, entertaining guy just by himself. And
you can't take that away.
It's funny, not to get back to this point. I pulled up something. Maybe are we transitioning videos now?
No, this thing, it's a little more than halfway. There's more of it.
Okay.
You want to go back into it?
No, I'll make this point before I go into it. So he has a lot of similarities to Ray, I think, in some ways. I see a lot of parallels of like how they can intentionally or unintentionally, as they can put the stream on themselves and they're captivating because it's like, what are they doing? Like how is this guy doing this? How, like, I don't know, like they're both like whereas like Carl, he's doing commentary on a video like we're doing now, right? Yeah. If it was just you and me sitting here trying to do like something like John's doing, it wouldn't probably work out as well,
Right.
So I do give John a lot of credit for that type of. I try to distinguish between the streamers who watch other people stream and do commentary over it, and the streamers who are
entertainers,
the subject of those streamers, because you got to give those guys credit. So they're pretty much half the star in the commentary videos too. So with that being said, Stuttering John is by far the king because everyone knows who he is. Everyone covers his videos in that realm, and he's just that guy. So
I like how Doodle said, raise the court jester.
Yeah.
We need someone to put together a poster if you're out there in the internet and you can do that. Everybody needs to get their own little thing, and that would be awesome. Do it.
He's very handsome, Gonzo. Okay, wait, Gonzo's calling back. Gonzo, did you hear that?
Well, I just want to call to say I have Neil Brennan's number, so if you need it.
Hold on, though. Do you see that? A broad who never has sex and beats you up. What a dream. Penis ring was hilarious, man.
So this was an edit here. Are they talking about?
I'm jumping to the next part when he calls back.
Because,
go ahead.
I got that, but is the broad that never has sex and beats you up? That's who Elisa is, referencing back to the Z Scorl stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Penis wrinkling.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a king too, man. He's hilarious. He just nonstop destroys John. But how much money do you think he has given John to do it? Like, you know what I mean? Every day in there. Like,
I used to give these guys I used to give Ray, $6 to $8 a day. And it adds up after a minute, you're like, and then when he banned me, I was like, dude, I got all this extra like cash in this account now.
Blow it in, man. We'll take super chats here. They work. We're monetized. Dude, some of these guys just dumb as potatoes, but whatever. And you interviewed John before. I interviewed him, but more in a professional way because I did that story with him, or in KB and such. He was just on the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like he was in front of a camera. And like I didn't really trust him, but it was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like we know the backstory, so he couldn't bullshit me like he was trying to. You know what I mean?
Dude, he was so funny when he was on with us.
I
And
watched that.
in retrospect, I realized it was, I guess like Bob and Shuli were telling us when they came on, like, oh yeah, like he was doing his best of like stories to us, like the first 15, 20 minutes. Like he had a story with the Playboy centerfold in Cleveland with the wings and all. And since me and Mir aren't like Stern guys or like we had never heard these stories, but then I come to realize like this is like his like bread and butter that he broke out for us to like, and it was funny, man. I loved it because we didn't know it. So yeah, that's him, you know. He wants to go for tell the funny story and be the center attention, all that type of stuff on the show. So
let's get him rolling.
Yeah.
You do? Why?
John, you're out of showbiz, John. I got his number.
Well, good. So then, Gonzo, give it. Well, I think I'll have to make the call though.
Ask John on the Hollywood because I do have. I have his number. I'll give it to you.
I like this. I like that John's trying to help. See, that is so nice. Like I don't know if he's trolling. John, are you trolling me?
No. I mean, this is like dial-a-date.
Don't worry, I'll give you this.
No, I don't want to reach out to him. I want somebody to reach on.
Hey, Gonzo, you think he'll be able to keep it up while having sex with her?
It's about the conversation. It's about the conversation. I can't tell if John's trolling me or not. I can't.
No,
tell.
I'm not. I'm not.
You're
trolling.
not. Okay.
No.
He is.
No, I'm not.
I guess we'll find out.
Neil Brennan is not trolling you. Leo Gunn was not trolling you.
This is why people fuck with you, John. Because
I'm not trolling her. In the beginning, I mentioned a few names that were goofs. Everything else was real.
So I'll say, like, my favorite part about this is he can't get out. You know what I mean? Because she's holding the phone. She's got him here. He can't X him out. You know what I mean? He's just stuck. So that's what makes it so glorious. And again, Shitcock doesn't get mad. Like, I would probably lose my cool or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, Shitcock is it's like reel them in. Just slowly reel them in. You know what I mean?
So I don't know much about this guy.
Neither.
I don't know Gonzo, but I just looked him up. He's got a lot of followers. And if he was banging this Elisa chick, I think that alone, I guess he must be around or been around or whatever. I don't know. He's clouded in some sense. But I can tell that Stuttering John does have a level of respect for him. And maybe it's just that he knows that the story that they hooked up, and to him that's honorable. So he respects this guy. And the guy is being pretty cool so far. So I don't see why he would just click out even if he had the choice right now. I think he is kind of like, oh, like this guy's a real guy. He's like and he says he has Neil's number and all that. So like, remember, all these guys work on a hierarchy system, and this guy's like at a level that he can.
He just passed John because he has Neil's number.
Right, so that's like, okay, well, he can get something out of him. He's of value, whereas like me or you, I mean, you have a TV channel, so that's how you got the first interview. But beyond that, like Decline host in the chat, if he asked for the link, John would be like, who, because and Decline host could be he's one of my homies. I just saw his name out of the corner of my eye, but like he doesn't have it's always like, this is how all these guys work, is that hierarchy system, so I think it's good. I think it's good so far. Good dynamic between them.
Yeah, I love it.
Wait, John, how come every time you talk to Elisa, you always talk about every guy that she ever had sex with? Like,
yeah, that's annoying.
That's kind of creepy, man.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Well, they're big stars.
John, you're damn near.
Gonzo, do you know what show I came from?
Which guys you fucked? Like,
yeah. And the first question Howard Stern asked every fucking celebrity.
I knew he was going to bring up Howard just now.
Of course. I learned from the best. Get this fucking idiot off the phone.
John, you're not Howard Stern in 1997.
I don't give a shit. See? I'm me in 2024. And I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I'll tell you what. You get a show and you ask the questions. Let's see how great you do. Get this fucking guy out of here.
See what I'm saying, Dr. Chow? You can't get him out. You know what I'm saying? He's stuck.
Yeah, but he's completely entertaining to some degree here. Like trying to, because you see he's grinning a little bit. He's not actually pissed. He's not pissed like you gotta. I think I can differentiate. I don't think he does want him out to some degree, but he's also loving it, because he's on there performing, like being fake mad a little bit.
Yeah, bouncer. I don't know. I get they're playing and stuff like that, but I know John takes this stuff seriously though. You know what I mean? Like you got kind of like jabbed in there, like it isn't rolling off his back like it looks like it is. But you're right. He is rolling with it. You know what I mean?
And he's hearing her laugh and smile on the half of the screen right there. He's kind of grinning. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, this is great," like, yeah, I'm just doing it because I was on Howard. He loved the idea that he could bring it up. Like I was on and I learned from the best, and yeah, so he did a good deferral of like the question.
But just going back there, it's not the 1994. You're not back on the Howard Stern show. Like, that's where John wants to be. And that Shitcock is like, hey, partner, that stuff's over. You know what I'm saying? And even earlier before that, he's like, how did you not do something with what you did from that? You know what I mean? Like, it's just building and building and building. It's all these things you want to ask John, but you can't because he'll shut you down. You know what I mean? But Elisa is holding the key. I love that.
Fool, you dumb drunken fool.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Penis Wrinkle, thanks for the $2. A broad that never had sex and beats you up. What a dream. Thank you. But don't put him on anymore because he's just being an asshole now.
I hope you're not trolling me, John, because you're getting me all excited about certain things.
No, I was going to say, is this not the greatest show ever?
Is this good? I didn't even tell my fans.
I damn you, Colt. I keep saying it. I know it's Elisa, right? Because it's damn Alyssa thing. Now I'm saying Alyssa. It's Elisa. How do
I say Alyssa? Yeah, I don't know.
You're doing it too,
whatever.
then, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, Colt.
Elisa Jordana. Yeah. No, okay. So
Jordana. You're right.
So right when you unpaused it, he said something about drinking, called him a drunk, and you could instantly see right at that point he's like, okay. And he dropped the act because these guys all have trigger points.
Yep.
Like I just compare him to Ray. If you talk about Ray like not being a good comic, it's like it's a conversation stopper instantly. It's like no, it's part of their ego. If you talk about his overconsumption of alcohol, it's a okay. Well, now we're not having fun anymore.
I'm talking about my kids, right?
Yeah, but I think the alcohol one is like when you're sincere about him like drinking too much to him, it's very like, hey, come on, like type thing.
That was my first John impression, actually. Wasn't very good, but it was one.
So you can always figure out what the thing. I know another one for Ray is if you talk about for real, like even going back, like when he was turning 40 from 39 to 40, he worked college circuits and he would lie.
What was this? You were watching him back then?
Yeah. So
he's like 50.
Yeah. So
you've been watching Ray for 10 years.
Yeah. I got all of Ray shit. Sheckler's got it. Sheckler's got everything archived for like the last 15 years. So we got everything, bro.
Note to you, note to chat, note to whoever watches this. Don't fuck with Franklin Sheckler.
Yeah. But if you talk about his age too, it's like a super trigger for him, and that's why he like had that midlife crisis when he was turning 50 and he wanted the chain and he wanted to buy all the new like hip hop clothes and all that type of shit. So it's like you catch these things about people like that are like their triggers of like what they're really like insecure about. And there's not just one, but I noticed it was Stuttering John.
And in front of a girl.
Yeah, when she pointed out because I assume like many marriages, alcohol probably got in the way and led to part of his problem in his last relationship. So, or maybe in other ones too, but at least like he says I saw him saying he's been drinking since he was 14. He's never stopped. So I'm sure he's heard it from other people in his life before, and it's been a sensitive subject. So
yeah, I'm just gonna go back there a tiny bit. Hold on. There. 11 seconds back.
What a dream. Thank you. but don't put him on anymore because he's just being an asshole now.
I hope you're not trolling me, John, because you're getting me all excited about certain things.
No, I was gonna say, is this not the greatest show ever?
Is this good? I didn't even tell my fans about this because I felt bad. I didn't want to tell
I
them.
think you should have.
Can you be the co-host?
Me?
Yes.
Gonzo, be honest. Haven't I performed a great interview?
What, John?
He wants to know
Haven't
if
I
he did a good
performed a
job.
great interview?
It's like he always needs an attaboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many times I've interviewed somebody, Dr. Chow? I bet you I've done over 4,000 interviews that have been on television and stuff like that. I have never asked for an attaboy after a fucking interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many interviews has he done? But he's got to get that attaboy. Like, that drives me up the wall. That's my John thing. Sorry. But am I wrong, right? Or
no. I mean, it's par for the course.
Back me up, man.
I know, and it's his thing. It's always seeking that. And like I mentioned earlier, the pat on the head. When Elisa was laughing, or
mommy,
when she was laughing at him, exactly. When she was laughing at him, doing the like fake freak out or like half fake, half real freak out. He wants that. That's what they're all like. They want that approval of like this is funny because he's a funny guy.
Yeah. No, when she's laughing, it's all good.
Yeah.
But again, that's what makes this interview so awesome. It's like she's controlling it, he's not, and there's nothing he can do because she's the beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? And good for her. Good for her. That's the way I see it.
Of course, yeah, John. Listen, I'm a John fan.
You're a John fan of the show, though?
Boom.
Listen, I love John. John, I don't watch all of his shows live, but I go back and I watch them.
Gonzo, I want you to be a guest, so come on.
Gonzo would be a great guest.
Yeah.
Elisa, give him my.
I will. I'll hook you guys up.
Last time I was on your show, you blocked me. You hung up on me.
No, just fucking come on tomorrow. How about that?
Come on tomorrow. I'm sure he doesn't have a guest.
Well, I don't know. I thought I did.
Oh no, he's booked. He's booked solid throughout the month.
No, come on tomorrow. I don't care because I like controversy. I love when you fucking try and call me out for shit. It's great radio.
People get mad at me because I always defend John.
No, I won't. I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't throw you out. I'll fucking take it on the chin.
No. I love you.
Like Elisa did with Benji.
Oh.
I just want to have like a sit down with you where we go over things. Where like I just want you to.
Gonzo, I'm not gonna fuck you.
What? Yeah, I don't want you to fuck me, but I want to go over things, and I want you to like take accountability for.
All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm trying to interview my guest.
You're booked tomorrow, Gonzo.
Yeah, you're interrupting this fucking 60 minutes interview here.
The arm wrestling championship baseball.
All right, we'll talk tomorrow, all right?
Remember arm wrestling, professional arm wrestling?
All right, get at it. All right, I already. Sunflower Dragon. Thanks for the $2. Do not discuss the case, Elisa.
John, you're college educated. Right?
All right, Gonzo. You said that people didn't like me. When people don't like me, do I ever self-reflect and say it's me? Now I'm saying to you, now that it's Elisa and everyone in her family is hitting her, is it them or her?
That's a completely different argument.
Yeah, I think it's a different.
There you go. Okay. All right, I'm done right now. Talk to me tomorrow. You lost. Good day, sir. I said good day, sir.
All
right, Victor Mature. Thanks for the looks.
So that's basically it. Yeah. She did. Listen, Jordana. She gets up and just walks around and stuff like that all the time. So you just gotta be used to that when you watch her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cold C noticed it too, and I was kind of thinking like, well, yeah, what's she doing?
She like got up and like leaned over, and she was doing all this wild stuff. I had to edit some of it out because you will just start like drifting off to what she's like doing. But yeah, she was sitting on the ground basically. So she like stood up and was like moving around and stuff like that. But she was also Danny.
Yeah, so this guy seemed very level-headed to me. in his approach, and it sounds like he actually is a fan. But the tone at the end of like, hey, I want to talk about accountability, and the comments he had made leading up to it about the drinking, and I don't know if you call it narcissism or whatever you want to say, of like Stuttering John's personality defects of character, whatever that general basket might or might not be based on what he assumes. He wants to talk to him, and he said, oh, maybe we can just sit down and talk off air. And John didn't like that idea. He's just like, hey, like that realness that he tried to put on him very much turned John. He's like, no.
John doesn't want the truth, because we all know what the truth is, you know what I'm saying, or have an idea what that truth is. And I bet we all have things that we don't want everybody to see, but when you make yourself public, and you stream every day, so it's kind of what you put yourself into. Like Rich Mitchell has a good point too. John would not have this guy on. He's too critical. I mean, don't you agree?
Yeah. I think John typically has people who are fans of his on, like the Joey C's and Stevie Lou for a while, like people who are going to be like, yeah, man, you're a legend.
3 credits to graduate.
Yeah, exactly. Like until they break up, and then all of a sudden they start fighting and things like that.
Yeah.
What is it, like a month or two in? This quad father thing, where did this start? How is this going? It's like the match that we didn't want but kind of like. What do you think about it?
I think it's just everyone's going live so much, and everyone's desperate for a sounding board of someone to have on all the time. So Ray started using Quadfather all the time because he couldn't get any other guests, and now John is. And I think it's just he's available. So he comes on. He just is there and will respond if you ask him something. But otherwise, it's just this whole thing has just devolved in. The whole streaming thing in the Dabbleverse is just, there's this whole sector of it kind of based off the MLC model where it's just basically reading the chat and
like I'm not doing,
and sitting there doing it by yourself is just like, you can do that and it works. But if you have another person there, you can kind of just be like, you can talk. And I think Quadfather watches all this stuff too. So he can, when you say like, hey, what's going on with this guy or that guy, he'll have a response to it, and he's there. So I think that's why he's on every show that you see now. But
and then Quad knows how to react to John. Knows not to step on certain buttons, knows our landmines, not to push certain buttons, not to, take it down a certain path that he knows that John will, go berserk over.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, they're just all streaming so much that they need people. And like Kevin Brennan was saying the other day, like if you're available, you're valuable. And that's why yeah, the pool of people that they can get on is shrinking. So the people who are available the most are going to be on the most.
Yeah. What do you think about Kevin Brennan? How's your relationship with Kevy?
I try to watch it. I haven't been as much the last couple weeks, but I try to watch it depending on who's on. I really like this whole Felicia and Nap Dix and stuff a lot. So
she's a sweetie, it seems like.
Yeah. And she's dank, and
I think so.
And the Zumak, I'm day one OG of OGs of Zumak. I've been watching Zumak. Yeah, I loved it when Zumak back in like 2016 when he was out living in LA. I was watching all this stuff. Yeah, man. He used to be on like Punch Drunk with Ari Shaffir and Sam Tripoli and Jason Tebow. And he was like, that's when he was opening for Bert Kreischer. And he had this really, really good interview on Crab Feast, which was a huge LA podcast at the time, where he told all these crazy stories of his life. Chad was like, he was like Bert. You know how Bert has all those like crazy, insane party stories?
Yeah.
He was like Bert, but without the work ethic. He didn't have the work ethic or the gimmick, or maybe, I don't know, because Bert's not like, he's very polarizing as a comedian. You know, like some people love him, some people don't. But I think they're very similar guys. Like, or they were at one point. Whereas like they could come on a podcast and tell like wild stories and be like, whoa, you know, like whether they're true or not, they're entertaining. So.
Yeah, I didn't know you went that far back, dude. Like, I'll go maybe 2022, 2021-ish. Where like I was listening to Dick Masterson. You ever watch the Dick Show?
No, but I know who he is. I've never seen his show. Is he on YouTube?
Well, he was until he
Okay.
got removed. Actually, he was kind of friends with him. I chat with him a little bit. I did a story on him when he got swatted. I did a big swatting story. And I talked to a bunch of streamers like us, but like the bigger ones have been swatted multiple times and got interviews with them and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to put them on TV, you know, like what about John and them on TV? Like, I love that. Yeah. So watching him, Carl came on and then he started talking about John. And that's why I kind of made my way because I saw that Kumia interview with Artie and John, the big one that kind of got everybody, you know? And then that's when I jumped in. But damn, dude, you're like 2016, like almost 10 years into this. Probably more.
Well, I mean, I've seen Zumach around and all that stuff from back then, and then I tried to keep tabs on what he was doing, and I'd follow him when he'd pop up in different places. Then when he got on MLC, and you know, actually, like all the guys, it's crazy. I've been watching Red Bar since I lived in Chicago.
Mike Red Bar?
Yeah, from like the back when he just had the studio in Chicago, when it was like the only app on the phone was the Stitcher, like long before he started doing any of this, like his show now, it used to kind of be just like local comedy stuff. I used to watch it. I listened to it on my way to work and stuff like that. But a lot of this stuff from the Dabbleverse, I found an episode of Red Bar from 2016, and he was covering Patrick Melton, Gino Bisconte, Anthony Cumia, Stuttering John. He was and who else? I swear it was like two more people. It was like basically the whole Dabbleverse, and it was like all in one 7-hour episode that he did that day. So it's like I've seen it's like there's this weird crossover that came from that Compound time, and I was watching Compound around like that 2016, 2017 time with Gavin and Kumia and all that shit. So it's crazy. You just like find something, then you start watching, and then you find someone else from that, and then all of it's kind of been birthed together now. There's like, you can kind of tell who's into what too. Like a lot of the Stuttering John people are like Howard Stern people, whereas like a lot of the MLC people are like Opie and Anthony people, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but a little sidetrack.
No, good stuff. You want to get into some more John? Now, this is without Gonzo, and you can kind of tell like he's trying to be like, you know, kind of pimpy and trying to be a stud and stuff like that without Gonzo cutting his legs off. You know what I mean? You have time for this, or do you need time, man?
No, I got time for it. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Okay. I don't know what you like. I'm sure you've noticed in Dabbleverse, Lisa. These guys make up every lie in the book about me. Like, I don't own a Mercedes. I don't own a Mercedes. I don't own a motorcycle. I don't have a degree from NYU. And it's all bullshit. And these idiots, like this guy, who was that guy? Depp guy. He's an idiot, but he believes in it. It's like, it's all these flat earthers, like, that believe in anything. Santa Claus, Easter Bunny. We didn't land on.
No, I'm not really like that. I don't like go up to tables or.
Yeah, Cole Joe, all right. This is Elisa Jordana, who brought that blonde girl with him to Florida to do IRL, to teach John how to do it. And then they showed up at the club, at the pub, and he got all pissed off, and they called the cops and all that stuff. She went to his house, and then they called the cops there. So yeah, that's who this is. And she doesn't hang out with that blonde girl anymore. I guess they had a falling out. So some more backstory for you.
Or like press people or talk, I just basically talk to the people that I know. Not to other streamers do that.
Shut up. You would not turn it off.
Well, because I was there to stream with you, John, and you changed your mind last minute. And that was,
Because you wouldn't turn it off.
It would have been great. Honestly, that was like one of my big breaks was that day, even though you were horrible that day.
I was.
Yeah, you were.
There's a projection. I said, I said, come on.
He said birthday and stuff like that he does. Like, I think he's trying to be Howard or something like that? Like, do you really burp in front of a girl like that in an interview? You're trying to be a good interviewer. I mean, I guess he's doing comedy stuff, but come on, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, his whole thing is like, I don't know. I don't know enough about him, but yeah.
A little sticky.
Yeah, if you told me like, yeah, like this is all his whole thing is like is like this whole personality is like an embodiment of like the Howard Stern show, I believe it. I just don't know enough about Howard Stern.
You know, I don't really. I learned from the Howard Stern stuff from being here. You know what I mean? Like I remember Private Parts when he came out and all the hubbub and stuff like that, and how he's messing with radio, which was awesome. He did really good stuff. He opened the doors for a lot of people, which is very cool. So definitely respect for Howard, but I didn't follow it like people did. Like when I was in El Paso, we were, West Texas stuff, so we didn't really get that. It really pertained to us,
Mm-hmm.
On the show, and she said, "Is it Zoom?" I said, "It's StreamYard," and then she agreed to. But I'm not going to pass up this beautiful woman. I'm not fucking stupid.
But I didn't ask to be on.
No, I asked you. I didn't say you asked. You let me finish. I said you asked if my motorcycle was fixed.
The reason why I asked that is because you responded to my tweet and you said, come on my show.
Yeah.
And I said, is your motorcycle fixed? Are you still in Florida? Find out.
Well, how much? I mean, you don't have to give me exact, but how much could you make in one day?
One day? My highest day was like 100,000.
1 day?
Yeah, actually, maybe 200,000.
In 1 day?
Yeah.
All right, sign me up.
You see John melting down right there, man. Can you imagine pulling in $200,000? Man, what do you think she was doing to do that?
I don't believe her. I was looking at her when she said it. I'm not a hater. If you're watching, Elisa, if you did make 100K and 200K in 1 day streaming, that's incredible. But I don't know. But yeah, it's funny. Like his reaction's like, "Wow, sign me up," of course. But
that's what I was saying, John. I don't know why you're so resistant to this.
I'm not. Who taught you how to do it? I'm going to have to call them.
A guy named Captain Content. A guy named Captain Content who's a really good streamer. I went on his RV. And I watched what he was.
So, I heard this some stuff. Do you hear about the Captain Content thing? Do you know anything about this? Always trying to catch you. We have food in your mouth, man. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's good.
So basically, she was streaming with this guy. I don't know if it was here, it was in Spain or it was here. I don't know a lot about it, but he taught her how to do it and got her into it. And that's why she does it now. She might even break it down here in a little bit, but I don't know if I edited that part out. But Captain Content is where she got what she does now from, basically. I think they may have had a physical relationship as well and things like that. I'm not trying to, I don't know 100%. So sorry if I'm wrong there, but I heard there was an undertone of, them being together.
Doing, and I learned how to do it from him. And he was just excellent at it. And I was so happy to have that opportunity. He never had a nice apartment.
Yeah, it's been great.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
It's, it's gated community. And it's close.
And it's like Burbank or something?
No, it's Canoga Park because it's close to the pub that I go to. And it's close to
That's why you live there, because it's close to that pub? So this is how you make your living, through Super Chats and YouTube?
Yeah, but I already get a pension from the Writers Guild.
Oh, okay.
So, I have tons of revenue streams. John's Gimpy Halloween.
So he told me he makes over 6 figures a year when I interviewed him. Do you think that's like $110,000 a year, or 700,000 a year, or a bunch of bullshit a year? How much is SAG giving him? I mean, revenue streams, National Lampoons, that's a movie that he put out. I don't think that thing is selling copies, if you know what I mean. What do you think?
I think you can look up about with pretty reasonable accuracy how much he's making from YouTube. I can't remember. I could find the link, but I think he's counting his pension disbursements as part of his 6 figures.
How much do you really think he may make 6 figures in pension disbursements a year?
Maybe not just in that, but if you add up that with, I bet maybe he's making maybe 40 to 50, maybe 48,000, maybe like 4K a month on that. Maybe more. I don't know. And then if you add in his YouTube, that could be another 3 to 4K, 5K a month. I don't know. Maybe at this point it's more. I think if you add everything up, I bet he's clearing 100 in gross. I wouldn't doubt it, but I wouldn't guess that he's making over 200.
Yeah. Well, hey, $100,000 a year is not bad for anybody. Believe it or not. Yeah, I'd take it.
Hand.
I'm not Zizakoro, but I mean, I would.
You're creepier than Different Strokes bike shop owner. These guys hate on me. Do you get a lot of hate on your thing?
I don't even notice it. I don't care.
It doesn't bother you?
It doesn't affect me at all. No.
Are you thin or thick-skinned?
So certain things like bother me that I see about myself, but nothing that anybody else says upsets me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you were at Stern, was Shuli there?
Yes.
Did you like him?
So I never like interacted with him that much until like after we were both not a part of it anymore. Like, actually, no, that's not true. He used to interview me for the news.
Yeah.
For his news segments. But I had more like dealings with him through his show that I was on. And he was very nice then. For some reason, like when we were both involved, like with the Howard Stern show, it's like weird there with people, with like other people, especially like if one person has a lot of focus, like it was focused on me a lot. So I think like it gets weird there. But after, he was very nice.
You must have loved when. Well,
yeah, I got so fat. Yeah,
because your belly was a little bloated. Oh no, I thought it was because it was that time of month.
No, I just got like really fat. I like stopped
doing the Howard thing again. You know what I mean? Trying to be shocking and stuff like that. But it just comes off as creepy and untoward. You know, I hate saying cringe. So I think I'm too old to say that. But what do you think when he does that?
It reminds me of when 10, 15 years ago, the pickup artist thing, like it was called a nag. You know, do you know about that?
Yeah, like on MTV, it was like they would train
VH1.
nerds or something like that.
Yeah. And the idea, one of the core tenets of this was like, like you nag the woman, but then you follow it up by like giving them a compliment or something. So it'd be like, man, you got your nail, like you got the most ugly nails or something, but your smile's beautiful. I don't know, like, but the idea is like, to me, it reminds me of something like that, where you're like, you point out something about them and then they're like, oh, and it's all this like social dynamic stuff.
Like
so
catch her off guard and then, catch her actually and be like, no, but she's so beautiful. You know what I mean?
Some bullshit like that. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I thought of when he said that.
That was good stuff, Chow. You're killing it, man.
Exercising, I was depressed. Like up until that point, I was so depressed, like unbelievable.
You always had a great body, and I was like,
no, I got that. Oh no. But the good.
Speaking of the shit.
What's up?
You see, he did it too. He's like, yeah, because you always had a great body, but
what happened?
So he did the negative, and then he hit her with like, oh, but like give her a compliment to follow it up,
Yeah, totally.
Network. What do you think of Shuli's show? Just watching me all day, all the time, 24/7. I mean, doesn't it get? I mean, look, I'm sick of me after that. It's like, all right, I've had enough of me.
Why do you think he does that?
Because, he stole it from Carl. You know that guy Carl?
But like, why steal that idea?
Because everybody. Hate to say this, Elisa, and I'm just being honest. I'm charismatic. I'm the Duke of the Dabbleverse. Everybody, if a show wants to be successful right now, they got to talk about me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just how it works. I mean, every show, they have show after show discussing my.
I mean, you just mentioned 2 shows.
Yeah.
It's not every show.
No, then you have Tukey Soup. Then you have Cardiff Electric. Then you have Baloney Factory. Then you have Nobody likes onions. I mean, there's
I've never heard of those shows, but all I could say is like I wouldn't concentrate on those shows that are just talking about you. I would concentrate on like shows that.
No,
you
I'm
want
saying,
to
but I mean, would you think that's innovative or just?
I really wouldn't care. I don't care like who that like. There's so many videos about me right now. I don't even watch them.
Yeah.
I don't even watch them. Like there was like thousands of videos that people made about me getting, in trouble. And like, I really do not care like at all. Like I don't.
Now she's calling me out, Colt, dude. That video that I did had over 200, it has like 256,000 views that I cut up. How stupid is that? And then like I cut another one to like 2 minutes because I was just trying to get like just hard action. So you saw that click? That got over 100,000 views. That monetized my fucking YouTube channel. Like, and it's still going. Like, people, I get all these comments. Like, it's hilarious. People are like, it's the internet. You don't fight with the internet. And man, oh God. And I put in Elisa Jordana in my search in YouTube because I was going to try to find her Cinco de Mayo stream, and my stuff popped up over hers. So it is just wild. This thing out of the blue.
Well, and going back to what Stuttering John was saying, I mean, like you and me, we're going to be buying jet skis after this episode because now we're covering Stuttering John. So he's going to have to add us to that list of people who talk about him.
Right? Don't put him on TV.
Pat his ego a little bit, but and then this is a great example because you did 250K with just Jordana. Now the power of Jordana and Stuttering John together, this has got to be doing. This video that you guys are watching right now will be seen by billions, maybe.
To the moon, fool, like crypto.
Yeah.
Like Dogecoin, baby.
Yeah, so, get ready to...
Put on your rocket boots, bitch.
Exactly.
We're taking Doodle and Cold C with us. Decline Coast, give it back. The list you're pushing.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to that guy anymore or no?
I can't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Det Midler. Thanks to us. Your rock band stunk. Never had a hit. Who cares? I had a record deal and it was played all over the fucking country. That's a pretty great achievement, huh? and you chose a bad outfit for this to happen.
I'm gonna sell that outfit, I think.
It wasn't a good look. I'm like, what did she do?
Isn't she so charming, though? Remember I was saying, like, how well she did in this interview? She nailed that. And then saying that she's going to sell the outfit. That was hilarious. When I heard that, I laughed out loud, literally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. This is great.
She did really good. Again, I'm not dick riding. I was very impressed. I was happy with her. Doodles, thank you very much.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of the outfit and the little... there's a little matching gift in the chat for you that matches that shirt she's wearing, and you're about to read it. So,
yeah, thank you very much for the jet ski money, Doodle. You are awesome. We will remember you as we get going. You can ride with us.
Yeah,
you're awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
She wore these like light.
I got old, Joe.
What?
I got old. That's what I did. No. So when I got out. The second I got out, I was like, I Googled myself. I'm like, oh my God, it was crazy. So, yeah, I mean, it was like, I was shocked. I was embarrassed.
How long were you in jail for?
Just the night.
And how'd you like that experience? Did you have to pee in front of other people in the cell?
Yes.
Oh no. John's gimpy Halloween hand.
I got another one there. Colt, thank you very much. We won't have to push. We can ride. We're going to be like Rough Riders. We'll be like DMX out there on our jet skis, man. And Colt, Doodle, Chow, and me. We're gonna go rough some people up and get some knives. We might spray paint some stuff. I don't know. We're going to get hard tonight. Well, that didn't sound good, but
has there been an IRL stream from a jet ski yet? There's got to have been.
I don't know, but there's going to be. Thank you very much, Colt. I appreciate you, brother. You're hilarious, man.
Thank you, Doug. Since when is cuddling a fatherly figure activity? There's no proof I ever said that.
This goes into the Kate Meany stuff. What do you think about Kate Meany? Like, I'll tell you first how I feel, because I'm always dumping on you and asking you, but I do not feel bad for this girl. Well, she shouldn't be treated the way she's been treated or talked to the way she's been talked to. And I get that and I respect that, but like she puts herself in the fire and then she jumps out and she says, oh, no, no, no. And then she jumps back in and then jumps back out and goes, oh, no, whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe she's young. I can give her that type thing. What do you think?
I mean, I've always liked Kate. Me and her started, talking back in early January. Yeah, so
sneaking them DMs, man.
Yeah, and like I've been, I think I have like the most normal, because I'm not trying to hit it or anything, like all these old guys. She's actually funny. She's actually trolling all these guys. Like the other night when Ray went live and she was supposed to come on, and then I popped up on the stream. He's blaming like, oh, Carlos said no. Kate, me and Kate set all that up. So we're running all these ops, So I think she's dank. And I know what she's.
Take it back now. I feel bad. I didn't know she was behind the scenes pulling shit.
Yeah, she's dope. So
we'll have that first here.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, like she's getting a lot of smoke. But yeah, the Stuttering John stuff with her, it's funny. I like it when she goes on there because you get the full Stuttering John thing,
the meme, the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what people love. So I mean, like she's great on every show she's on, because there's always these guys simping on her, all that type of stuff, and then they get jealous of each other. The what?
Remember her, Lemmy from BYB?
Yeah. So that night, I was like, when she popped up on there, I was like texting her, and then I was like, "What are you doing?" Because she was all drunk, and it's like, get off. And then she called me afterwards, and like she was like, why do I keep doing this? Why do I shoot myself in the foot like this? Like I could tell she was just like bombed, and I'm just like, and then she deleted her shit. And after this thing with Zoom Mock, people are saying, oh, it's a work. It's not really all that much of a work. Some of it is, but it's not. They are kind of beefing a little bit, and
I'm sure they're beefing, but were they ever really together? Like I think Chad tries to make it seem. Do you think they ever were semi-serious about being physical or into a minor relationship? You know what I mean? Above handshakes and hugs?
I think emotionally to some degree, yes. I don't, because they don't live in the same spot. So I think they were like talking on the phone all day, every day. I think all that shit's real. I think they were talking about like explicit, intimate acts of things like that type of stuff. So I think there is some something like that was going on. But yeah, that thing kind of fell apart, and then she actually deleted all of her shit off Twitter again. So, and I think she's just trying to lay low for a minute. But like last time, I hope she comes back and makes another splash because it's entertaining as hell.
Well, Decline Host has a point too. Since you guys are besties, both Decline Host and Kate Meany, shouldn't you be trying to get him unblocked? Can't you? You maybe send in a DM, send a text, say, hey. Why you got a Decline Host blocked? I mean, right? You have that power.
Well, I mean, she just deleted her Twitter, but I could text her. I could call her, text her, and tell her. Yeah, so everyone's blocked now. But yeah, I don't know. If she gets back in the game, I'll tell her that you're legit, because that's what happened. Like January 3rd is, I had actually told her, like, dude, why are you doing Ray's show? She had done it a couple days in a row. I was like, dude, you got to stop doing Ray's show. The only guy in the Dabbleverse who is dank is Chad. And then like a week later, she started going on Chad's show all the time, and they were like talking. She's telling them about Alex Stein and like.
We got to get her in here then.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. She's kind of like.
What do you mean you don't know now, man?
Well, I mean, of course that.
Well, she might not be back.
And she doesn't really want to be doing shows and stuff.
Let me be sensitive.
Her main thing is like she's just trying to get.
Trevor?
No, her main thing's like her main like thing that she cares about is like trying to get her Melton stuff off the internet.
Ah, okay. Oh,
That's what she's doing. She's going to like anyone who can do anything, like Stuttering John or Chad or any
Yeah,
of
he's
these
a former
guys,
jail.
and trying to befriend them and be like, yeah, you got to like take this guy down. You got to get his videos taken down. She's trying to do. I'm pretty sure that's why she's like going around and doing all that. So,
But is that good or is that bad? I mean, you shouldn't want to be taking people's videos down, right? I wouldn't want to like take yours down or mine down or something. Or what do you think?
I mean, I don't really care. I'm not like really interested in that when she was trying to do all that shit. I was just more into like the this funny shit. But yeah, she wants to. I don't whether it's good or bad that she wants to. I'm pretty sure that's like her main motive of like if like trying to figure out all this shit. And I don't think she's trying to build a channel or do any of that shit. I think it's more like she just doesn't like how she's perceived online.
It's like the negative attention. She only wants the positive attention. But when you act negatively, you get shitty attention. You know what I'm saying? When she was rude and crappy to people, people were rude and crappy to her. Or even when people were just crappy to her, because that's what happens when you go on MLC. I guess she took it personally. And so then it all explodes. You know what I mean? Like you can't get the good without the bad. And I think she just wants the good. But maybe that's just because she's young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried to express this to her like early January, like end of December, early January too. I was like, like when she first was telling me about it, and I was like, honestly, like there's no value. Like even the top guy in the Dabbleverse is making $200,000, right? Kevin Brennan.
Yeah, KB.
And maybe after his paying all of the people on his show and whatever, making maybe 200, including all his Patreon. Maybe he's netting 200 or whatever. But then it's like Zscoro says, it's like a bell curve. So people see like Kevin Brennan making all these super chats and they're like, oh, wow, I'm going to get in here and start making money, And then there's like two people who are like, you see the people come and go who are like, man, this is easy. You could just do that. Or like kind of have that mentality. And then you see the people like Elisa or I'm trying to think of another good example who just love the attention that drives. And I'm not saying in a bad way. Everyone loves it. John loves John. This is his social life, like he goes on here and he does this and that and interacts and he gets a dopamine hit from it. So I just told her like there's no upside to like you coming on here and stirring it up. They're just gonna like keep doing it,
keep shredding you apart.
Yeah, the bigger you
new
get,
ways, new cracks, and then even exploit the crack.
Yeah, the top side of it is like nothing.
It's not worth it.
She's like young in New York City, and like I'm like, dude, and I think her family's got bread, so I'm like, dude, you could be making like 200 grand like pretty easily, if you just like put in a little work into some shit in New York, like doing all this to try to hopefully be the top person in the Dabbleverse, whatever. Not worth it. Yeah.
So since you know her so well, did she have that threesome for $20,000? And will she take $500?
I never got into that discussion about any of that shit on the money side with her on that. So I or even that it was proposed, but she did tell me she was getting bread from some people, some fans, some pay pigs or something. Were sending her some cash, and this was like months ago. She was telling me that. So I don't think she's making that up, but
Maybe she has some pictures for it, or
I don't know. I have no idea. So I know I know some other people she's been hitting up and chatting on the phone with and doing all that shit too. So I know like it wouldn't surprise me if she was doing that, anything for money or non-money. I think she likes she's a chatty person just in general. So like her talking on the phone for hours with Stuttering John, I don't doubt that at all. Her talking on the phone with Chad for hours, I don't doubt that at all. And then XYZ times 10 of all the other guys in the Dabbleverse. I don't doubt that either. You know.
Well, I mean, all right, let's get back into this Stud Joe EJ.
And even I did. Who gives a shit? Now we just found out. I don't know. This girl, Kate, she gets bullied by all these idiots. Yeah. But now we just found out that she had sex with Jeremy Piven. So, you know, he's the same age as me. So what the fuck?
Wait, why is that bad though?
It's not. And you had sex with Vin Diesel.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You told me.
No, I didn't. I never said that. I said I went on dates with him.
You said you had sex with him, Ethan Hawke.
I never would have said that. I never would have said that because that's not even true.
Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, him. But I don't even think I should talk about that at this point.
David Blaine?
Oh my God. John, we always talk about the same thing. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Do you know any guys for me, actually?
I could think of one.
Who? Not you. Someone else.
All right. I mean, that wasn't cringy. That was cute. You know what I'm saying? That was a good interaction between the two. You know what I mean? Right? Like, he wasn't really shooting a shot. He was making people laugh. And that's cool, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it was funny. And but on a kind of this note, when do you think the last time Stuttering John got laid was?
So remember the girl that he was hooking up with that had like the short hair and like the kids that he took to Vegas? What was that, last year? I think he talks about it here in a minute.
Okay.
But, if you're asking me, I think the last time it was that girl with the blue hair. Yeah, they had the kids. But like, again, I don't know if I put it in here. I don't mean to give away what we might see, but basically that chick was dating a new guy who's older and has a giant herg, but can't get it up. That's what John said. And then, like I said, I hope I kept it in here, but if I didn't, he brought up that he was dating a girl a few months back, but she went crazy. So,
no, right.
Yeah. So, like, I hope it's in here. Let's see what he says.
Who's texting you?
Nobody.
No, who's texting
Nobody about you.
I love that makes him mad. Yeah.
Oh, it's an email.
From who?
Don't worry about it.
Elisa, come on. It's somebody I know, right?
No, it has nothing to do with you. I knew you thought it had to do with you.
No, it's probably Shuli.
Bingo.
Shuli? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you wish. You'd be so.
I don't give a shit, but I mean, he's always glomming off of people I have on.
Actually, that happened last time, I think, with Shuli, right?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I have somebody on, hey, come on. You know, it's fucking, these guys are pathetic.
Thanks for glomming off these people, but they just pass each other around. You know what I'm saying? They do the rounds, basically. It's like the talk shows and stuff like that. Come on, man. Give me a break.
I pray that Shuli texts me right now.
I'm sure he will.
I'm not sure.
This is not a fucking 60-minute interview. You can be candid.
I told you last time that I didn't believe it, but maybe it could be. I don't know, John.
I've made plenty of women orgasm.
You definitely haven't.
Thanks for the 10. Seriously.
And that right there, that was a real pure moment too. Like, John laughed at that. That wasn't a fake laugh. That was a real John laugh. And she did good too. Like, she made that happen. Again, I keep going back to how well she did in this interview, but those moments like that made her very lovable, kind of thing, you know, like being able to hang out with the guys, punch back, and keep going. Like, I really like that moment, you know.
And I think Stuttering John's way better when he has females on, or old friends. Like, if he has someone who's like in the Dabbleverse on, where they feel his anger about Shuli. I know Shuli came up there, so it's not just
like his guards up always.
Yeah, but I like him when he's like trying to be like, you know, machismo, or like when he's telling his old stories with buddies, like when he's trying to be like mad at Kevin Brennan or Bob or Shuli or Carla or Lady K or whatever they call him, you know, like it's like, okay, you know, whatever. But so yeah, this is great dynamic.
It drives me crazy when it makes fun. It calls her Lady K, like calls him Lady K because of the dainty way he would drink his beer when his finger would go up. But that's what John does. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing John does.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Question: when is the first time you made a girl queef? By the way, you literally have the devil as a guest right now. You truly are abhorrent. I think Elisa's coming across very charming today, and
I agree.
and actually, a very demure, eloquent guest. I mean, she's not being the usual annoying Elisa. She's being actually, sweet. I can't believe my eyes. Stay on this medication, you. My dick gets hard when the wind blows.
So anyway, you said
see her eyes and stuff like that. How she's gonna roll her eyes and stuff like that. Like she had brothers or something like that. You know what I mean? Like she just knew how to roll up and like you're not gonna get a sexual harassment charge from Elisa Jordana. I hope I said it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you said you had two guys.
48 hours. Huh? All right, Dick Aiden, he's a cool guy. Thanks for $5. Skull, Elisa. You're like Lorena Bobbitt, but with more grifting and a worse personality.
That doesn't bother me at all. I've heard like every insult. So
I know that.
I know I have a good personality. Nobody could tell me I don't.
Did it get really bad? Like these guys like really beat you up bad?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, what could they say? I have enough confidence to know that I don't have a bad personality.
I got the perfect guy for you.
You do?
Jake Hudson.
No. Oh my God, John, what the fuck, John? Seriously. Stop messing with me. I want a real guy. Come on.
What?
Dicka does well. Dicka's funny. And then they get a reaction right there. You know, John throwing Jake Hudson at her, and she knows who he is and stuff like that. Like, how great is that? Good stuff. Yeah.
So stupid.
Jake Hudson.
Well, I've been on Jake's show and he was on
He's
first
nice.
episode of Mere Musk. Yeah, he's chill, whatever. But like Stuttering John's face all crinkled up while he's cracking up at saying Jake Hudson to her. It's like this is so childish, bro.
It's good though. They're so good together. They did really good.
Yeah.
Every time I think of Jake Hudson, I remember like him walking through the trailer and then showing his toilet bowl. Oh, God. Dude, like,
I don't know, man.
oh, Jake, you're killing me, buddy.
No,
How do you know?
He freaked out on me or something.
Oh, what'd you do to Jake Hudson, Chow?
No, it had something to do with like Ari Jane and he blocked me, and then I on Twitter, and then I just blocked him and just said, I'm done with it. And honestly, it was like the best thing ever because he would like send me his link every day, and it was always like, come on my show and all this, and it's like I wish him like I hope I don't even know if he's still streaming. Like I hope his stream's going well, but like every like few like weeks there's like some new drama where he's like DMing people like randomly like F you and like I guess he's like he had one of these things recently and it's like I don't know. I'm not like in it for that and I don't want to be drumming.
We're trying to fight the world. You know what I mean? I just want to laugh at everybody. Well, and have fun. Back and forth. It should be that way. Right? We're adults.
Yeah.
I know all the annoying people from this world. Okay?
From the what?
From your little world, your little Dabbleverse. Like I know everyone.
I didn't create it.
I don't like it. I don't like that little world. But no, I'm looking for here. Let me explain to you what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Hold on. I see this in the chat. Cold C did this. I too was a mod for Jake. If you watch Cold C, that's like not you watch NLO. That's in those super tips where I too have to go to the bank and look at my money account and stuff, right? What's that backstory? Do you know that?
I don't know anything about that because I haven't been watching NLO in a long time. But it was funny because Decline said I was a mod for Jake for like 2 weeks, and then Cold C said I too was a mod for Jake. I3 was a mod for Jake for a long time for some reason.
I brought us together.
Yeah, I would pop in his show on occasion, and then I was a mod. So I don't know. I think he just modded everyone.
I've been modded. Look at it bad now. What a mod. Yeah. Damn it.
He's a great comic. Dick 89, thanks for the $5. Would you consider abusing More men on live stream is probably the only time you've ever been entertaining.
I think they're talking to me.
Yeah, I think so.
No,
Good moment.
that was like a once in a lifetime event that I will never repeat. And I'll make sure that I'm not in any situation like that again.
Till Melissa.
And I'm working very hard to change, my feelings about things and myself. So no, that's not what my channel's about. It's never been about that.
Okay. Did you ever blow Benji?
Sure I did. I thought I was going to marry Benji. I'm sure I did.
Jesus. And what was that like with that fat gut hanging over his cock?
I don't care about stuff like that.
In that case, Alyssa, I am single as well. If you can look past certain things, maybe character flaws, maybe stomachs, yeah, holla at your boy. She has my number.
Ethan Hawke to Will Heron.
Hey, we'll just keep watching this.
This is a diss on me. John's Gimpy Halloween hand. Thanks for the $2. Not gated community. It's 500 square feet. Shoebox in the ghetto. No, it's not. I have a gate. I have a clicker. So fuck off. So Lisa,
Who do you hang out with there?
Wait a second. Is he calling his condo a gated community?
Yeah. You seen that in Genova?
What?
Stories.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You want to see it again? See if he says it again.
It's like this guy. Who was that guy? Depp guy. He's an idiot, but he believes in it. It's like it's all these flat earthers like that believe in anything. Santa Claus, Easter Bunny. We didn't land on.
No, I'm not really like that. I don't like go up to tables or like press people or talk. I just basically talk to the people that I know.
Shit, look at the very beginning.
You had sex with Vin Diesel?
No, I didn't.
Sorry about that. What the hell?
Maybe it could be. I don't know, John.
I've made plenty of women orgasm.
In that part.
So no, you said you had two guys.
48 hours. Huh? All right, Dick Aiden, he's a cool guy. Thanks for $5. Skull, Elisa. You're like Lorena Bobbitt, but with more grifting and a worse personality.
That
doesn't bother me at all. I've heard like every insult. So.
Oh, I know that.
I know I have a good personality. Nobody could tell me I don't.
Did it get really bad? Like these guys like really beat you up bad?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, what could they say? I have enough confidence to know that I don't have a bad personality.
I got the perfect guy for you.
You do?
Jake Hudson.
Okay, we went.
No, oh my God, John, what the fuck, John? Seriously. From your little world, your little Dabbleverse, like I know everyone.
I didn't create it.
I don't like it. I don't like that little world. But no, I'm looking for here. Let me explain to you what I'm looking for. Yeah.
And he's a great comic.
Event that I will never repeat, and I'll make sure that I'm not in any situation like that again. And I'm working very hard to change, my feelings about things and myself. So no, that's not what my channel's about. It's never been about that.
Okay. Did you ever blow Benji?
Sure I did. I thought I was going to marry Benji.
Queen hand. Thanks for the $2. Not gated community. It's 500 square feet. Shoebox in the ghetto. No, it's not. I have a gate. I have a clicker. So fuck off. So Lisa,
who do you hang out with there? Like, do you hang out with those other comedians?
Yeah, I hang out with some comics here. I hang out with old Tonight Show friends. I hang out with the guys at the pub. I hang out with my kids. I mean, Thanks for the $2. So you really asked for a.
You were talking about that, Dr. Chow. Brittany Dora, right here, Britt Dora, excuse me, was talking about that thing with their jaw. You were talking about like with their lip as well, correct?
Yeah. So
Why
I
does
think
she do that weird thing with their jaw.
Okay, so I theorized that part of the reason she's doing that is she's getting fillers in her lip, and that sensation she's getting from having the fillers in there is why she's always like sticking her tongue out and like feeling it, because like your lips, like you don't feel them or whatever. Well, we know Decline, if you've been following our show for a while, she does have a prescription for that. So that could be part of it too. But I theorized it has something to do with the lip fillers that she's getting on a regular basis.
All right, Britt, I talked to the doctor, and that's what he said. So I agree with you.
Guessed you drunk zilch. What? You know, but it was fucking big.
Right, but just keep it to yourself. Like, why tell people about that?
You're talking about his morning.
I guarantee nobody wants to hear.
Did you work for the Stern Show?
Yeah, but like nobody wants to hear about like that other thing.
Really? Howard and we all talked about it all day. Stay strong, Lisa. You're looking beautiful tonight.
Thanks.
There you go.
Thanks.
There
Do my
you go.
best. So tell the girl you're dating.
I put a nice one in there because there were nice ones, but not a lot of them. So I snuck that one.
Are you dating someone or no?
Yeah, there was a girl I was dating. I think it ended like 3 months ago. Maria, not the cleaning lady, but a different Maria.
Why did it end?
What?
Why did it end?
Because she's fucking a lunatic. Crazy as fuck. Dick 89, thanks for the fire.
What do you think, Chow? That was your question earlier. Truth? Not truth?
I'm trying to think. I used to watch more Stuttering John, like right when he came back. And I feel like I remember, didn't he go to like some concert with some chick or something at one point?
Yeah. I mean, that's the same girl from Vegas with the short hair, right? With the kids?
I don't know that.
The kids on the vacation?
I don't remember any thing about I just remember once he was talking about getting a beach in the car from some chick, and I thought that was like maybe that was the same chick. I don't know. But
or Maria?
Is if any of the Stuttering John experts in the chat can confirm my memory of like that was his story. It was like he was getting blown in his car at one point at a concert or around the time he went to a concert.
Craziest place you've ever gone to, BJ, Dr. Chow, if you don't mind me asking.
I don't think anywhere crazy, bro.
Oh, good for you.
I guess maybe a bathroom at a bar one time on a Halloween. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Long time ago.
Nice. Back when we were young and good looking.
Yeah, long time.
I'm trying to do the Howard Stern thing where I react to it. Yeah, so Gov with the editing. Basically, I edited this morning. I woke up. I had cut it in the long form, like the 2-hour form, and then I was cutting fast and then slapping it together. And then I knew when I saw the jump cut to either stop or like keep rolling with it. But yeah, man, I tell you, it's not good editing. But this isn't meant to be like a masterpiece, brother. This is just we're just dissecting, my friend.
Stuttering John, Neil Brennan would be perfect for her. Oh, Neil Brennan. Carefully say he's very sensitive though. But Dick, isn't he gay?
Is he single?
He's single. He would be perfect. And
All right, do you have his number?
I can get it, and he's a multi-millionaire.
I'm really fast. Hold on.
Neil Brennan, he's a multi-millionaire.
All right, you know him?
Yeah, he co-created the Chappelle Show.
And you could reach him?
Yes.
Do you think he'd be interested in me?
Yes.
He's good looking. He's pretty good looking.
And he just put out a comedy special.
You think he's single? He's not dating anybody?
I think he's single. I think he'd be perfect for you.
Okay, call him now.
I don't have his number, but I can get it from my man.
Number? I thought you could get a hold of him. You just said.
I can. I got to ask Kevin.
Oh, Kevin doesn't like me. Don't ask Kevin. Can you ask someone else?
No, I just.
That's what Alyssa told me too. She was like, Kevin doesn't like me. I'm like, I don't think he likes me either, but I don't think he likes anybody. So she kind of understood that. But I hate to say this, and I feel like I'm on the BS show, but like, does John look like he has jaundice? Is there a little yellow in the face and stuff like that? Or am I crazy? You seen that too?
Yeah. And I actually, this is something I had texted Beanie about. So that thing about his eye, did you notice that like a week ago?
Yeah.
That was very concerning. I don't know. That could be jaundice. How his eye was kind of turning yellow.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like an internal bleeding or bruising. He said
But
it was like
alcohol, though. Does it bring that on?
Yeah. So I think his I think he's looking really rough from his consumption of medication and alcohol. So
Makes sense.
yeah, I'm not trying to like
I feel you.
question his greatness as an entertainer or anything, but yeah, his skin is not looking healthy.
I'll get his number. Don't worry. I'll ask Dave Chappelle if I have to. Elisa, who was the best whack packer that Stern eventually hired? Richard, Shuley, or Sal?
Huh. I don't think like Shuli's a whack packer.
Oh, yes, he is. He would call in all the time. I would put him through. He was a whack packer.
That's a
What?
caller.
No,
I
but
don't consider those guys whack packers.
well, yeah, because they fulfill all the. There's actually some.
What exactly is a whack packer, Dr. Chow? Do you know that kind of definition? I know it's like the hanger-oners of the show, not the actual Robin isn't a whack packer. Obviously, Artie was not a whack packer. Obviously, Jackie the Joke Master wasn't a whack packer. But like, I would assume John was a whack packer, right? Like these ancillary characters.
No, so I think what they said was someone taught me about this who was like deep into Howard Stern. Maybe it was Joey C. But like the whack packers were people who were like callers or reoccurring in studio guests that were not paid. They were just like fans mostly, and most of them had like something wrong with them or something peculiar about them.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So they were people who were like mostly I think by definition. So the distinction that these people make, I've gathered it for Shuley, is he was in the bucket of potentially being a whack packer because he'd call in and he was a fan all the time. But then he got hired onto the show. So I think by definition, being on the show, you're not a whack packer. But then Shuley was the whack pack wrangler. So he would like, and that's what the shitwear thing comes from. So that high pitch guy, he was a whack packer. Like he didn't work for the show, but he'd come in studio and he took a crap in a bag and Shuley had to hold it while he was taking the crap. So like that type of stuff. So like the people would come and do those stunts or like, answer these 10 questions and this porn star will sleep with you or whatever. Like they would do stuff like that on the show and they'd have like these reoccurring random people who I think were the whack packers.
Gotcha. So you've had a medical deformity basically.
Well, or like they were drunks or fools. Like, okay, so Big Black. I don't know if people in the chat will tell us, is Big Black considered a whack packer? They might just have an interesting story or just be like whatever, a person who's comes on. But people in the chat also confirmed that did happen. My memory served me well about Stuttering John at the concert. It was a Collective Soul concert and it was Maria. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that because he took her backstage or some bullshit or like got special tickets because he knew Collective Soul because he opened for them when he was with Howard, right?
Something like that. Yeah. He talked about it forever. So yeah, that's how I knew about it. Yeah. There's a whack pack: Beetlejuice, High Pitch, Eric, Black Alice, Daniel Carver, Eric the Midget. Those are, so maybe there's like core guys who are in it. I don't know if so it's Jake. Yeah. So like I think there's maybe there's people who technically, I guess like that would be the new iteration. Like people would have them on their show to do. Then isn't that how Jake Hudson got big? Is like he went on
I saw him from Shuley.
Yeah, he went on Shuley and he took the bloody finger and licked it or whatever. So like I think that's basically what they would do at Stuttering John, that type of stuff. So
gotcha. Okay, well that makes sense now. Keep rolling.
Guy has a study on
packers. When I think of whack packers, I think of like High Pitch Eric, Marianne from Brooklyn.
Now the stockbroker's not a whack packer?
No.
Well, he is.
No way. I don't think that's true. Wait, what's up, Gonzo?
Gonzo's assessment is a hunt. Yeah, like you're not biased. Yeah, okay, TJQ. Like you're not biased. You hate me. Well, okay. The other questions, Pete D, thanks for $5. You should have Gonzo as a co-host. He could be a Vince the Lawyer replacement. Yeah, I think we're almost done, Elisa, with all these.
Yeah, I think Gonzo did really, really good. Like, you didn't have to go through all the crap, in this whole thing. So you got the good Gonzo stuff, and then like they're kind of good interactions. But what did you think of that, Gonzo? Coming in here in between all of this after kind of seeing that first, and then a little bit of this as well.
Yeah, so I mean, it sounded great because he has a deep knowledge of John. He obviously has a strong knowledge on Elisa.
Don't screw that up.
Yeah, so I think that it was a good guess. It would have been nice to actually. I kind of liked how he was just calling in. So like, if he was one of the guests on the show, not because like Stuttering John would necessarily X him out, but it just adds different dynamic when he's on the phone because he just says what he has to say and says it, and then they have to like process it. I don't know. It's just different. I liked it. So
I liked how Alyssa like let him call in and then kind of brought him in like that without John even knowing. Like that's really that's smart. It's sneaky, but smart. And going back to sneaky, I was reading some of the comments before, figuring out about with Melissa and how hell broke loose with that. From what I understood, they met on a speed dating engagement where everybody was out together doing a speed dating thing. And so they started talking and then became friends. But apparently Jordana sets Melissa up all the time for these kind of issues, and then hell breaks loose. And so
you're talking about Melissa from the other night?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I had a thought when we were just watching this. Why? Because Stuttering John was married to a Jew, and Melissa was married to the Jewish guy, right?
Yeah.
So why don't Stuttering John and Melissa hook up?
Oh.
That could be some good stuff, bro.
Wow, we need to get with Elisa and try to see if she can make that happen. That way she could hook up with Neil and then he could hook up with Melissa. I'm blocked by him, so I don't know if I can get to John, but if anybody out there is not blocked by him or can get to him, let him know. We got somebody for John.
We're putting it out there because that Melissa, I think Stuttering John would, he'd be happy with that.
Oh yeah, he would. She's
not bad. She's pretty good looking.
Yeah, I mean, go away to her, but she's pretty. Yeah, crazy.
She likes to drink.
Yeah, they get along perfect.
Yeah.
Till she gets mad, and then all hell breaks loose.
So Stuttering John, well, Elisa went on your show to get for you to set her up with someone. We went out of our way on our show to find you a good potential mate. So, but let's get back. Yeah, let's get back to it. So Elisa met Benji. You said through Melissa. Melissa met
Elisa through a speed dating get together where everyone was speed dating, and so somehow they met through that.
And they were both like, they weren't on a date together. Obviously, they were just both like
speed dating
on the women's side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how it was explained to me. So if it's wrong, then that's basically what it is.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. We'll finish this thing up. It's almost done.
These guys. So if you give me 2 more minutes. Oh, Shitway is here. Elisa, we alive. Come on out. Link in your email. Oh, so I see you immediately. Immediately, like, let's get Elisa on. John has her on. We got to get Elisa to trash John. TJQ, thanks for drink every day, you alcohol. You're arrested for public urination. Yeah, okay.
That's one thing to remember. John says he's never been arrested. So I want to throw that in there. He's arrested for public intoxication. I think he said he was 18 when it happened, but still happened, right?
Yeah. I saw Vince talking about that the other day.
Yeah, me too. Because he always says he's never been arrested. I'm like, oh.
18.
But so I think this is
August. I hope she has.
Yep. That did it. Well, we made it all the way through there. Man, good week though, right?
Yeah.
No one got in trouble. Just the Melissa thing.
Yeah. I mean, Dab had a bunch of good stuff with the Zumach tapes and Kate Meany coming and going again from the verse, and then Felicia. That was that drew up a whole bunch of drama with her spilling the beans on Nap Dixon. So Before we get out of here, do you want me to
Yeah.
touch on the wet brain thing really quick?
Sure. What do you got?
Okay, so I found this, and this can actually I think it's a good thing to just study. I put it in to share screen if you want to pull it
Okay.
up quick.
Sure, bud. You know, I'm a dolt when it comes to this.
So if you see it on the bottom, like when you add someone into the show, you might see my screen.
Where it says invite. Oh, I see your screen. This is all will.
Do you see one on there that's like Chow with a little screen next to it that's all white?
No, but let me see if I can get. Can I get rid of some of mine? Because I
No,
have
I'm in
3 of them.
StreamYard. Do you see the on the on the little bottom where it's got everyone who's
Who's
in this?
in?
Yeah.
So I have you. I can remove you. Like I can remove that.
You know how? Yeah. Are you going through the browser? Or are you on an app?
I am on a browser.
Yeah, it should just be on the bottom. If you don't see it, it's no big deal. I can just read it too.
Oh, I found it. I just had to scroll it.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, man. If you want to go ahead and explain what wet
Yeah.
brain is.
Yeah, so wet brain is also known as Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. So this is what they're talking about when it's being referenced. And I thought it was interesting because I've noticed one thing that's very common in this Dabbleverse. There's a very strong correlation to alcohol abuse amongst a lot of these people, and it got brought up based on someone calling him it and he thinking it's something Reddit made up called wet brain. But I thought some of these symptoms were interesting because symptoms of Wernicke's disease include confusion, lack of energy, hypothermia, low blood pressure, or coma, lack of muscle coordination that can affect posture, balance, and can lead to tremors, vision problems such as abnormal eye movements, double vision, misaligned or cross-eyed, and eyelid dropping or drooping.
God. Those are eyelids, huh?
Yeah. So, and then some symptoms of Korsakoff psychosis, which is the mental part of it. And like I said earlier, this has to do with the B1 deficiency of thiamine. So that's why, like, if you're hospitalized with, a lot of times they'll give you a shot of B1 right away if you're like in like a ski mask situation, of chronic alcohol abuse. So potentially severe irreversible memory impairments, including problems with forming new memories, called anterior grade amnesia, and recalling memories, making up inaccurate stories about events, i.e., confabulation, or remembering events incorrectly. I think I know someone who streams every night that does that. Experiencing hallucinations, repetitious speech and actions. I think we know many people who do that. Problem with decision making. Yeah. Problems with decision making, as well as planning, organizing, and completing tasks, and lack of motivation, emotional apathy. So that's just kind of a little snapshot of what it is. So obviously it's a progressive thing. So it's like, oh, just because you drink doesn't mean you're going to get wet brain, but it is something that happens from chronic abuse of alcohol over a long period of time.
Is this reversible? Like if he doesn't drink for a while, will it start to go away? Will it dissipate, or is it you got it?
So that's it depends. Some of it is, but sometimes it's not. So I think it depends on your age and the severity of it. I know that some of this stuff is just like from the deficiency of the thing, but like you can see up here, there is some damage to the brain that can happen from it. So there is stuff that where it cannot be reversed, but some of these acute symptoms of it can be reversed, and I think it might even say how's it treated. IV B1. So yeah, like that's why like if you go to like a detox facility, they'll give you this B1 or in the emergency room or something, like under the like ski mask, like Decline's saying, like ski mask, if he were to go to the hospital, they would likely shoot him up with B1 right away. And then also if he's trying to get off of alcohol, they'd probably give him an anticonvulsant like lorazepam or something that would make it so he doesn't have the GABA imbalance that causes the seizure that would cause him to potentially stroke from quitting alcohol. So that's the problem when you drink alcohol every day and you become physically dependent on it, is when you quit. There's two types of
like withdrawals.
Yeah, the withdrawals that can kill you. It's the alcohol, and then it's the benzodiazepines, which are like Xanax, like Klonopin. If you're on any of these things,
Jesus, he's on both.
And you quit them cold turkey, you can have a GABA imbalance in your brain, and it leads you basically to, it can cause death. So that's why it's always important, if you are taking these and you're trying to quit, you should seek treatment for it. Now, a lot of people talk about withdrawal from like heroin or from pain medication, right? But that you cannot. It will. If you quit that cold turkey, you will not die from it. But that is purported to be the worst and most intense of all withdrawal symptoms. But it's more physical, emotional, pain, and it's more the experience of it and the length of it, versus this is like a specific thing that happens with these that has to do with your brain and the GABA receptors in your brain getting overexcited that causes stroke and potential death. So yeah, John, if you see this, it's not just a thing from Reddit. Doodle's like asking, like those IV centers to treat hangovers, is it B1? A lot of those places will have B1 in it, but no, like if you are like really in bed, that stuff all helps. Like your body it's not that the alcohol just depletes B1. It depletes all your B vitamins. It depletes everything in your body. So, but the B1 deficiency is what your brain needs to live. And that's what controls all these functions that specifically have to do with the wet brain. So that's why that one is like the prioritized one for if you go to the hospital, they'll give you B1. But yeah, like you need all those other B vitamins too, because it'll deplete everything from your body, magnesium. So that's why like those places exist, and that's why they work so well and they can help, is those IV clinics where people go after to cure a hangover, or just instead of taking like supplements for like health reasons, people go get the IVs because it just goes straight to the body,
Dr. Chow, that is the nerdiest thing that I have heard in this show ever.
You guys got those.
I want to thank you for that.
But you got those all around your town, right? You seen them?
No, not so much here. Like we're like kind of like a Southern Baptist / real we're religious down here. We're parishes and things like that. So they don't like promote drinking as much as that, like in the sense of like protecting yourself afterwards. They're very conservative here. Yeah.
But so I
live
down in the it's not really like for drinking. These places, they're like more for like health optimization. I don't know, like they have them all. When I lived down in Panhandle, they had them. They're like in like wealthy areas. They're like med spa places, and then they have the IV things too.
Yeah, I've seen those. Like when you breathe in the air and stuff like that.
Some of them have that. It's like a side service or something. But those IV places can help with that too. But the thing with the wet brain is specifically has to do with the B1. So I just wanted to touch on that. And I thought that symptoms of it were interesting.
Definitely.
Because you can
John all day.
Yeah, or a lot of repeating going on with Ray and making up stuff from the past and
changing it.
Yeah. So
I was really liking the Darth Ray thing when he was going off on people, just going nuts. Like that was my favorite part of Ray. Him just turning around and just telling people to fuck up, going after John's kids, called him Turbo and stuff like that, a Transformer, and then like going after like Stevie and stuff like that, going after Stevie Lou's wife and things like that. Like I didn't want him to do that because it's a bad thing. But oh God, was it funny? You know what I mean? Like I love that part of Ray. I did.
Yeah, I think he.
It's not good for him, but God, it was funny.
Yeah, he does it, and then he regrets it because when we had him on last time, I don't know how Mir just told me like, "Hey man, Ray's gonna come on tomorrow." I was like, "What, dude? Ray hates me." And then the next day, Ray's like,
another good one, I remember.
I was so stressed out that I had to go to the hospital. And it's like, what the heck? Like, Ray, what are you doing, man? Like, I always try to give Ray the best advice and try to like, whatever. But like with advice, it's anyone who needs it won't take it. So, but yeah, like and he's yeah, I love that shit though when he gets all worked up too.
Yeah, dude. He goes for the jugular and like his eyes like go all black and stuff like that. He like pins his ears back and just he goes like love him.
Yeah, he's got those things under his eyes. That's from drinking too. But he's got a big week coming up. Not to make this the Ray moment, but have you followed MLC with the show at the Stand on Tuesday?
Of course, Ray had Kenyatta on, and so MLC is paying for people to go to the thing. It's paying for Stevie Lou and his family, and who else? Some other people to go.
Stansel's going, Gino's going. I for sure Stansel and Gino are going because Stansel always goes, and they've streamed live from there the last couple times. I don't think that Kenyatta dude's going to be there, but hopefully they make an event of it and it's entertaining. It'll probably flop, but just the idea of it going down is
You think Stevie Lou will be there?
I don't know, man. I haven't. Who knows, man?
Do you think they'll keep him going in, kind of bar him?
I don't think so. I don't think they will, but if he shows up, but.
Do you think Stevie Lou will lose it and actually knock out Ray for all the things he said about his wife?
No. I don't think Lou's that mad about it anymore. I mean, I don't think he likes Ray, but I don't think he's that mad about Ray specifically. No. I honestly, I don't think anything's gonna happen now that I think about it. I hope Gino can rabble rouse a little bit there and maybe film or but we'll see.
Goes. That would be great.
That would be good. That'd be fun to see. But
I'm also interested in tomorrow. You know what's going on with that? Remember?
What's tomorrow now?
We have our court update or Jordana.
Oh yeah.
We're talking a little too much on the side, maybe. So
yeah, and we got to get. I got to get Ziscoro. I'll hit you up. Maybe you can send me the link to his Discord. Maybe I'll try to reach out to him because I'd love to talk to that guy a little bit more. To me, he's a great character in this whole thing.
Yeah, I love him. Let's see. What are your socials, Dr. Chow? Where can people find you if they want to find you?
Dr. Mega G on Twitter, and then that's all I'll promote. Mir Musk on YouTube. We usually do interviews. I think we'll have a couple more this week. We took a couple weeks off, but and then I'll give a shout out to Franklin Scheckler from the IRDS. We've got some really, really funny stuff revolving around Ray coming out all of May, but there'll be a few coming out this week. And thanks to all the ancillary staff at the IRDS for helping out. The movement is growing, and it's growing stronger and stronger every day.
Yeah, and I'm having so much fun with all this too. Like just being able to evolve and do this and be able to have the Dabbleverse stuff off of this Jordana thing. Like I'm having a blast. I can't believe it's going on, and it is getting coming back down a little bit, but we got a lot off of it, and we were able to push off from it. You know what I mean? And I can't believe that. And I can't believe people just gave us money for jet skis. That still blows me away. We have the best chatters. We really do have a good thing going, man. I'm just blown away at just how great it's gone. And man, thank you very much for your help too, Dr. Chow. And thank you for teaching me about wet brain. That was thrilling.
We got to make it a little educational for the people.
Yeah, you got to tune it up. We have a smart audience. So
Yeah.
It's just a Coro. Comes in there with the mega brain. So.
Yeah, we'll come in here and he'll teach us all. We'll add a couple zeros to your bank account.
Yeah, I could use that too. I have no zeros. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Dr. Chow. You rock as always. Thank you for coming on. Anybody that chatted in there, thank you very much. Doodle, Coltsy, you guys are hilarious. Everybody in the chat was funny today. So thank you. We'll see you throughout the week too. If you guys see anything crazy pop up, hit me up. TV's Will Heron on the Twitter. Don't mess with me at work. Yeah, leave that alone. Let's keep that separate. Other than that, you guys rock again. Thank you very, very much. Chow, you are the man.